I ring A around lunchtime. As I'd hoped, her carer answers. I say I'll ring her again after lunch. I'll let it ring 3 times and then hang up, then ring again, so she knows it's me. She won't answer the phone because she's been having scam calls and it's frightened her.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mom.
I loves birds. I get up at 4 o'clock and go and record the dawn chorus. I make a CD and include the bird sounds, some poems I know she likes, and a few songs. I send Em a letter. I put in it the feathers I found at the bottom of the garden, along with some sticker letters that spell out her name. H loves the pressed bluebells. She says it reminds her of being a little girl and going into the woods with her grandma. I ring A, but there's no answer again. I leave it until it cuts out. Sometimes it rings for minutes before she answers, but today she's just not there. When I finally get to speak to A, she cries and cries. I worry I shouldn't have called her, that I've made her feel worse. She cheers up after a few minutes, and we chat about this and that. She's happy to hear from me, she says. This is serious. I've lived through a lot of things in my life, but nothing as bad as this. As usual, she's worrying about her care bill. It's £300, and she's worrying if it's been paid. H tells me she constantly fights the D word. She hates the word depression. But sometimes you just can't help how you're feeling, she says. She tells me, I stood and gave myself a long, hard stare in the wardrobe mirror this morning. I said, come on, girl, get a shower, get yourself dressed. I put on a smart suit with a scarf and my 2 blue earrings. I'm ready, but with nowhere to go, she says, and laughs.
Hello? I'm asleep on the chair. I was really bad yesterday. Just everything, you know yourself and your nerves leaves you, doesn't it? Bit frightened, you don't know how it's going to end, isn't it?
I know.
Sleep a bit, and then you wake up and then you doze off again. And somebody speaks to me when they have a bit of company. It makes a lot of difference.
Sometimes when I visit A, we read stories. She loves the fairy tales. She especially likes Hans Christian Andersen, so I read her one of those and put it onto a CD. Em is listening to her music when I ring. It was her birthday on Saturday. She tells me some of the neighbours in her bungalows sat outside in the sunshine, chatting at a distance. She says, I haven't done that for years. I'm not sure why. Dear Sharon, it will be lovely when everyone can open their doors and move around again. It's very lonely with the virus. I woke today wondering why I hadn't put my alarm on as I usually do when I go to bed each night. Then I couldn't remember the day of the week. I managed to write with a special holder you sent for my pen. I promise I'll try to get my paints and brushes out. I wonder if my paintbrushes would slot in the centre of this. My problem is mainly sewing. Do you know, I threaded a needle today. I never realised I'd been losing weight until I put on a pretty orange jumper with matching lace in several places. It made my neckline droop. So I cut across the binding at the back at both shoulders and put elastic in the groove. By golly, it's worked. Now it's a good jumper on a summer's day. But today it's cold, so I've had to wear a cardigan on top. My husband would have laughed and said, "What a waste of time, chuck it out." Not me. I love the cheerful colour. I hardly leave the house to go shopping at the best of times, certainly not during this virus. My grandson comes about once every 10 days with my grub. When the restriction's over, I'll be picked up and join them for meals out. Sorry I can't help with the ground elder. I know what you mean. It's a bee. Until the spring I used to sit and do the flower pots, but now I can't lift. At the present I'm missing my runs out on the scooter. I always miss my car. God bless you. Do please come to see me. I'll blow your head off with all my talking. Now I wait for some kind person to post this for me. Bye-bye, my dear. Love from E. Hello.
Oh, hello. I'm just finishing off my dinner. I've got a cup of tea handy. Birds over, the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. Forget me when. There'll be fun and laughter and peace ever after. Tomorrow, when the world is free.
I'd record it this week. It's nice. Em tells me she knows she shouldn't really be going out, but she feels she has no choice if she wants to eat. She says, "It doesn't matter if the police stop and fine me. I've no money anyway, so I couldn't pay it." H tells me her carer came to give her lunch. She noticed how smart she looked and said, "Come on, let's go out." She gave her a mask to wear, and they had a whip around Lidl. H tells me it's the most fun she's had in weeks. I worry that she shouldn't really be going out.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, dear me. Oh, dear. I never go on the telephone. Never been outside now.
Yeah.
I cry my eyes out.
Oh.
Listen here in this for all.
Let's take our first pre-recorded question tonight, and that is from Frank Wilson.
Good evening, Harry. My question is this. If the mark of a civilized society is the end to which it provides for its most vulnerable members, how many marks out of 10 would the panel give to this country for its record on social care?
So how many marks out of 10 would the panel give this country's record on social care in this coronavirus